up, everybody? Hey, beautiful. How y'all doing out there? So, yes, let me tell you, it is definitely a challenge trying to get everything together, trying to start on time. We're supposed to start at 7 o'clock, but here we are, though. Hey, y'all, how y'all doing? Shout out to Marcus, my son, who is here today. Big 3.0 at Atlanta Metro. Big hand clap for him. I'm so proud of him for deciding to go back to school to get his degree. So, thank you all for joining me. Of course, this is Stacy Michelle and Stacy Michelle's Corner. I am feeling good. Y'all like the hair? Do we like the hair? My son was like, "Ooh, I never seen you with orange hair before." It's not really orange. It's more of a cinnamon, but it is all good. I hope you all had a wonderful week. Wonderful 2 weeks, because I think the last time I was on here, it was 2 weeks ago. We talked about a lot, but I'm glad to be back. Just gonna chit chat today. This is episode 4, chit chatting. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about the NBA draft, high vibration versus low vibration, and I'm gonna give a quick community highlight to one of my favorite nonprofits here located in Atlanta. But anyway, so how was your week? How was your week? Did you do anything fun? Are you gearing up for summer? I'm gearing up for summer, as y'all can see with the hair. I'm ready for summer to get here. I love the heat. I don't know, some people don't like it, but I love summertime. I love beaches. I love traveling. I like being outside. So it's going to be quite interesting how I'm going to balance all that. I actually do start summer school next week. I have, after this semester, after summer semester, I have one more semester. And then I graduate from Middle Georgia State University, earning my aviation and science management degree with a concentration in management. And what that means is that I'm learning how to manage an airport or run an aviation, an airline, an aviation company, like the HR, safety, all that, you know. So I'm pretty excited about that. Been in school for almost 4.5 years. Online is fully online, but of course I work a full-time job. So you do the math. But I cannot wait to actually get my diploma, or my degree, I should say, not my diploma, my degree. I was asking someone at work, should I walk across the stage? And he was like, yes, of course. He said he wished he walked across the stage. So I will be walking across the stage sometime later this year in the fall. We'll be excited for my mom, my son, my nieces and nephews, my sisters, and all everybody to be there. To see me walk across the stage and get my degree. Yay. So anyway, let's just jump right into it, y'all. So y'all gotta bear with me. Again, I am I'm running these board. I'm running the board again. I'm running the board. But let's talk about some exciting news that happened with Atlanta this past couple of days. I guess last week. It was last week, I think. I think it was last week. I believe it was last week. Last week. Yeah, it was last week. Last week, the Atlanta Hawks actually were the first pick for the NBA draft lottery. Okay. And apparently I did my research on that because I had to educate myself. And most of you guys know that I definitely like to educate myself when it comes to trying to figure out what's going on. But Atlanta Hawks, they had like a 3% chance of winning the lottery. And they actually got the franchise actually secured the honor of being the first pick. And it was followed by Washington Wizards and the Houston Rockets and the San Antonio Spurs. So that was a big win for Atlanta. I know there are many Hawks fans out here. The games are always packed. I've been to a couple of games. It's very high energy, very interactive. I mean, the crowd is there. They get the crowd going. And actually, basketball games in person, they're really fun to watch. They're really good to watch, actually. And I actually enjoy watching them. So congratulations to the Atlanta Hawks for actually winning that first round pick. And for those of you who don't know, because I didn't know myself what an NBA draft lottery is. So let's see if we can figure this out together, because it was kind of hard for me to figure out what's going on, but I again did my research. So what is the NBA draft lottery, and actually how does it work? So in the current lottery setup, there are like 14 ping pong balls that are placed in a lottery machine. And you can actually watch the NBA lottery draft on YouTube. And so there are like 1,001 possible combinations of the four balls, regardless of order. And 1,000 of those combinations are assigned to the 14 teams. Okay. And these teams with the worst, second worst, and third worst records have 140 assigned combinations, aligning with their 14% chance to win the lottery. All right. That sounded like a lot. Trust me, I'm still confused. But after being placed in the machine with their 14% chance to win the lottery, the remaining balls are mixed up, okay, for 20 seconds. And then the first ball is taken out. All right. And then they're mixed up again for another 10 seconds before the second ball is taken out. And it just repeats itself for the third and fourth balls. The team with that assigned combination of four balls will receive the number one pick. And of course, that was the Atlanta Hawks. This process then repeats itself with the same balls for picks number 2, 3, and 4. And if the one assigned combination is drawn, the result of that drawing is discarded and the balls are drawn again. A lot, right? A lot. I know. After the fourth pick is drawn, draft slots 5 through 14 are assigned in inverse order of regular season record. Okay, thus a team with the worst record can't select the lower fifth. The second worst record can't select the lower than sixth, and so on. So I got that. I guess in my mind, it's just basically saying, like, if you are a team that is a winning team with a winning streak and you had a really, really great season, then they're not going to allow you to just have a team with all the best players. They're going to allow some of these teams that actually, have a bad record to actually have a chance of getting some of these great players. Now, I could be wrong. Shout out to everybody that's joining in Instagram. I see y'all. I could be wrong. However, educate me, educate some of us, because we don't really understand this NBA draft lottery. However, it actually happened May 12th in Chicago, Illinois, and that replay can be watched on NBA's YouTube channel, which I got to watch some of it, but it still went by really quick. So I still didn't know what was going on. So next time I hang out with some of my guy friends, y'all are going to have to explain this to me like on elementary term, okay? Because it can be confusing. However, there is information out there that does show the teams that have the top 5 teams that get kind of the first picks. And you have the Atlanta Hawks, you have the Washington Wizards, Houston Rockets, San Antonio Spurs, and then you have the Detroit Pistons. And so as you can see the list right here, any of y'all, if let me know if any of the players on any of these teams, these are your favorite teams. Are y'all excited about this lottery? I shouldn't say the lottery, but the actual draft. Is anybody having draft parties? Let me know. But right now you can see this is the first round picks with the teams 1 through 30. And then you're going to have next up, it's going to be the second round picks, which is going to be 31 through 58, and you see all those teams on there. I'm actually like looking forward to watching it. I know I've seen like highlights last year about it, and they really it's like a big big event, like really, like They get all dressed up for it. You get to see all the players in their fancy outfits, and then you get to actually the next day get to hear about like who's the worst dressed, the best dressed. Who do y'all think is going to be the best dressed? I know Odell Beckham usually comes out and does like these crazy, I wouldn't say crazy looks. That's not nice. Odell Beckham comes out with these what's a good word? I don't want to say crazy, but just not recognizable, memorable styles, just comes out with these styles, kind of like my hair, right? Just like boom, here I am, just all over the place with this orange. But yeah, that's going to be interesting. Now, what I did when I was doing my research, I also found interesting was learning about um the Detroit Pistons. And because they said that they've like just really had like a bad season, right? They've lost like 28 straight games. They've been going without a win for like one time they went without a win like within 2 months they didn't have a win. And I did some research on like the Detroit Pistons, and I came across the legendary tale of the Detroit Pistons Bad Boy Championship. So that was Isiah Thomas, Joe Dumars, and Bill Laimbeer. Look at me learning my sports. Hey guys. So they ended up like winning back-to-back championships in 1989 and 1990. And what was interesting was when they actually won the championship in 1989, they played against the Chicago Bulls. And they said that was like one of the best games because Isiah Thomas was up against Michael Jordan. So that is probably a nice because I know they have a channel that plays like the retro games. That would be a nice game to watch. Michael Jordan and Isiah Thomas playing ball together. Be interesting. But going back to the Detroit Pistons and currently what's going on now, I also read that they've kind of went through a whole bunch of head coaches. Um, and that's kind of hurt, them as a franchise as well. And I can relate to that because if you're like, that's just even with work, like if you're on a team and you're going through like all these different leaders and you don't have a leader that's not even there even less than a year, like it's kind of like as one of the team players, you kind of feel like, God, do they even care about us? Like, do they even care about our input? Because I'm wondering if any of the players get the opportunity to actually um, provide any input when they're deciding, who's going to be the next head coach. Um, I know at work, sometimes like when there are decisions being made or processes being changed and it affects, like it will affect my work. I always want to be able to have my input because if you're not actually playing or if you're not actually doing the work and there's people making decisions for you, and they're just making decisions from a higher level because they're like, oh yeah, this will work, this will work. That can actually hurt the team because there are some people who may feel like, yeah, they don't want my input, so I don't really care. Um, so that's interesting. I mean, I that's a question I have. Like, do the players actually have the opportunity to like give input? Like, no, we don't want this head coach, or do they get an opportunity? Like, if there's a decision being made, like, okay, we got 4 head coaches that we're trying to fill this. We got 4 people that we're trying to choose from to be the head coach. What do you guys think? Right? Because it could be like somebody that used to play basketball, or you used to be your coach, and then they're coming to coach your team. And you're like, man, I gotta play with this person, like, because you always want to be on a team. Like, while everybody won't always agree on things, you definitely want to be on a team where the energy mostly most of the time is good, and people can get along, and people respect your decisions and choices and opinions. Because to be on a team and you have somebody that's just dictating what you should do, where you should go, and all that, yeah, that's not really cool. So I also did read that the head coach now, Monty Williams, he actually got like a 6-year, $78.5 million deal, which seems to be the largest contract for a head coach in NBA history, but yet they are not winning. So must be nice. Must be nice. Must be nice. So what do y'all think about that? And also, I know that there are a lot of players that are actually hurt. Shout out to Isiah Thompson. We always pronounce his name wrong, but I believe it's Isiah Thompson. They said that he actually has been cleared to start conditioning, and he will be able to do different activities so he can have a full return next season. So hopefully, that'll work out for him. And hopefully, like a lot of players will take the time this summer to actually get themselves together and stay focused. I know it's hard, like, because when you're on a break from work, like, you just want to have fun. Like, you just want to have fun. But what I'm learning now is, like, as far as, doing these live talk shows and whatever, like, you can't really take a break, because when you take a break, that is time that could be spent on perfecting something, right? That is time spent on doing some research. That is time spent on practicing in front of the camera and knowing what you're going to say. But just like with sports, that, you can't really take a break. So, hopefully they can figure things out, because the Detroit Pistons, man, y'all got to get that. Y'all got to get back to doing y'all thing. Okay. Y'all got to get back to doing y'all thing so y'all can be successful, so y'all don't be like the losing team again next season. Okay, y'all don't want to be the team losing next season. But again, anybody having NBA draft parties, let me know. I probably won't show up, but I would love the invite. But I'm excited, because I think I'm more excited because I kind of know what's going on. But if anybody's having an NBA draft party, let me know. Because I would like to know what's going on. But again, so the NBA draft will be held on June 26th through the 27th. The first round will take place on Wednesday, June 26th at Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, which is the home of the Brooklyn Nets. And then the second round will take place on Thursday, June 27th, held at ESPN Seaport District Studios in New York. The draft will be available to watch on ABC, ESPN, and the ESPN app. ABC will broadcast the first round. So that's June 26th, while ESPN will carry the full event. So I'll check it out. I think I can check it out, see what's going on in the NBA draft, and then I could be like, oh yeah, like take notes and figure things out. But again, if somebody is having a draft party, just invite me, and it's possible I will show up. Who knows? Who knows? And speaking of figuring things out, let's just jump right into the next topic. Have y'all ever wondered why certain people are able to, like, when they walk in a room, shift the energy, whether it's good energy or bad energy? Like, you ever been somewhere, even at work, and somebody comes to work and, like, you're like, oh man, this person here, and then the whole mood changes. Or, oh, I can't wait to get to work because somebody's going to be there and it's going to be great. Well, I came across this video on YouTube, and it's the 5 signs you hold a high vibration, from the Abundance Master team, their channel. It is a short 9-minute video that will allow us to simply see if any of us possess a unique positive energy. So I want y'all to sit with me. We're going to discuss this video. It's just something you can learn. And you're also going to see how positive vibes can create like a better world for people, or just whoever you're surrounded by, or anybody you come in contact, because there's nothing like positive energy. I mean, I love positive energy. I love being able to just be on a high vibration, and you can't always be on a high vibration, but there is a way you can um master your energy levels or master your moods. But it does take work. So let's see if we can get this video started. Y'all gotta bear with me. I am running the board. I'm running the board. So we're gonna switch up. Let's see if this is gonna work, y'all. Y'all ready?
A high vibrational frequency without realizing it. They are authentic beings, just being themselves. Have you ever met someone or felt their energy? A soul overflowing with intense and breathtaking light, emitting a pure and luminous frequency that you recognize as that of a light worker. In their presence, it feels as though you've encountered an angel on earth. Language barriers and worldly obstacles fade away as you connect with them effortlessly through your heart and spirit. This reminds us that the language of the soul transcends earthly boundaries, allowing us to connect and resonate on a profound level. It's important to remember the profound truth that high vibrational souls often go about their lives, shining their light upon the world, all the while remaining unaware of the beautiful frequency they carry within. These souls can be anyone around you, serving as beacons of love and light. Their mere presence has the power to uplift and inspire those fortunate enough to cross their path.
When you vibrate at a higher frequency, you radiate an energy that can draw both children and animals towards you. Children possess a pure and innate sixth sense, a sensitivity that many adults tend to lose touch with as they journey through life's complexities. Consequently, children often possess the unique ability to read the energies of people. Similarly, animals share this intuitive sensitivity, and they too can sense the vibrations of those around them. So, if you find that children or animals are naturally inclined to be near you and feel safe in your presence, take it as a clear indication that they are attuned to the inner light within you. Children and animals retain this remarkable ability because their psychic senses remain untainted by the distractions of the adult world. Regardless of where you find yourself in the world, you'll likely observe that cats are particularly drawn to you. Cats, among the most spiritually attuned creatures on our planet, possess an innate ability to discern and connect with higher energies. When they gravitate towards you, it's a wonderful sign that your energy resonates on a higher, more spiritually attuned level, creating a harmonious connection between you and these intuitive feline companions.
Okay, let's stop right there. So, one of the signs they said that you hold a high vibration is when children are attracted to you or animals are attracted to you. So I can give a great example. Have you ever gone somewhere, like maybe to a cookout, a family cookout, church, wherever children may be, right? Just playing, minding their business, and you're sitting down, minding your business. You're sitting down eating or talking to your friends or whoever, and you could be anywhere, even at a restaurant, just in Publix, and a child may come up to you and just come up and say, "Hey," and they kind of look at you and they kind of smile, and they may speak, or they may just look at you and then run back to whoever they're with, their parents, whatever party they're with. So I can say that I've had this happen before. It happens to me a lot. Um and that I do know I operate on a high vibration. So basically, it's saying that children are innocent, right? Children are innocent, and they are attracted to innocence. They're attracted to love and light. And that's just like when they tell you, if your child, like if you tell your child, okay, we're going to take you, you're going to spend the night at Auntie Sally's house. And they're like, I don't want to go over there. And they're like, not whining because they just don't want to go, but they're whining to the point where they're like, nah, I don't really like it over there. That energy is bad, because children don't know how to really express in words. And I mean, some of them do. I guess it depends on what age they are, but they don't really know how to express in words that, hey, this person is bad, right? This person is bad, because they see you interacting with this person and they see that you like this person as an adult. And so they're like, that kind of probably confuses them, like, well, mommy likes them, but do they do this to mommy as well? So pay attention to that next time you're out, and or if you already know that you're experiencing that, because that means that you are operating on a high vibration, which is really, really good. So pay attention to that next time you're out, to see, like, if a child just randomly comes up to you, or if you can think about it happening in the past and you can tell yourself, okay, I can check that off. I definitely have a sign of high vibration. Okay, so let's continue on.
If you're someone who has experienced a heightened spiritual vibration, you may have noticed a curious phenomenon in your daily life. People's gazes seem to linger on you more than usual. While some may find this attention flattering, you might have at times felt an inner impulse to retreat and seek solace, like a desire to find refuge under a protective shelter. It's as if wherever you go, you have an almost uncanny awareness that eyes are upon you, watching your every move. This heightened awareness can be disconcerting, particularly if you're naturally inclined towards shyness or introversion. However, amid this intriguing and sometimes unsettling experience, a profound realization begins to take root within you. Those penetrating stares are not the result of mere chance or coincidence. Instead, they are a direct response to the radiant light that emanates from your being. Yes, these individuals are staring because they are perceiving the profound inner light that you carry within your soul. It's as if your spiritual elevation and vibrational frequency are so palpable that they become impossible for others to ignore. You've become a magnet for their attention, not due to any external attraction, but because your inner brilliance shines through. So, when you find yourself becoming the center of attention in public settings, recognize it as a powerful affirmation that your vibrations are indeed elevated. Even if you tend to be reserved or introverted, consider embracing these moments with a smile and kindness. Your inner light is not just a personal gift, it's a beacon of inspiration for those fortunate enough to witness it, reminding them of the inherent luminosity within us all. Another compelling sign that you are vibrating at a higher frequency is the way strangers are naturally drawn to you. These encounters with strangers take on a unique quality, as they often approach you with genuine interest and share the intimate stories of their lives. It's as if a magnetic force surrounds you, attracting people who feel compelled to open up and connect. There are those remarkable days when you meet someone for the very first time, and within moments, it feels like you've known each other for a lifetime. 5-hour conversations unfold effortlessly, and you find yourself delving into the depths of their experiences, sharing stories of life-changing moments, recent heartbreaks, and the profound loss of loved ones. These connections transcend the formalities of introductions. You may not even know their name, yet you find yourselves engaged in a deep and meaningful conversation. In these moments, the resonance of your energy becomes evident. Your vibrations are so high that random strangers are irresistibly drawn to your light. They not only feel comfortable in your presence, but are also compelled to confide in you, as if your energy offers them solace and understanding. Your presence, in essence, becomes like a warm, comforting embrace, an energetic hug that provides a sense of safety and belonging to those who cross your path. Embracing these encounters and cherishing the connections they bring can be a beautiful testament to the elevated vibrations you emanate, fostering a sense of unity and shared humanity with the strangers who are drawn to your radiant energy.
Okay, I think I was on mute last time, but that's okay. Me and this mute today, we just, I think I'm operating with such high vibration that I'm just all over the place. Anyway, this one was my favorite. This was my favorite sign. Conversation with strangers. Okay, this happens all the time with me. And I'm telling you, I'll have a look on my face like where I'm trying to just handle business, going inside the store, whatever. And somebody had just stop me and say, hey. And next thing you know, it's a 2-hour, 3-hour conversation. Matter of fact, I can talk about one that happened earlier this week. I was going to Cycle Gear to get some brakes for my motorcycle. And I had called earlier to see if they had the brakes, and they said yes. So I go there, and they close at 8 p.m. and it's about 7:30, you know what I'm saying? So I go in there and get the stuff. And so he kind of asked me, I don't know how the conversation started, but he asked me something about the brakes and making sure they're the right brakes. But all of a sudden, like, this conversation goes to this man. He works there now. He's helping me. And just ended up wanting to talk to me. And at the same time, I'm telling myself, okay, be nice, because I wasn't like interested in exchanging numbers or anything like that. And I had to be careful because I didn't want to come off as like, oh my God, you're bothering me, right? But he wanted to talk to me. And the conversation, we talked for about an hour and a half. And I could tell he left that conversation feeling really good, just ended his night really well. And this happens a lot to me. Like, this happens a lot. I will literally be just going to the gas station or going to my vitamin therapy or going to the grocery store, and somebody may just say, hey, you know what aisle? I had one guy, he was like, hey, you know what aisle such and such is on? And I was like, no, and whatever. And then he just starts talking. And sometimes I have to be careful because, like I said, I tell myself, okay, I hope he's not trying to holler. But then I tell myself, don't look at it like that. Just listen, because I'm learning to listen, and just, see what this conversation is going. Now, if it is going in a direction that I don't want it to go into, like if it's going into he trying to holler, then I could definitely, say, okay, I got to go. But I mean, just the fact that this happens to me a lot lets me know, like, all the work that I've been putting in to like work on myself, become self-aware, is really playing itself out. You know what I'm saying? And even prior to working on myself with like little kids being attracted, I don't want to say attracted to me, but little kids being comfortable to come talk to me, I've like always possessed like this, and they call it the chosen ones. I don't know. I have to do some more research on that. Because I don't know if I want to be called the chosen one. That sounds a little cultish, but who knows? But it feels really good to know that all the work that I'm putting in is into myself and becoming self-aware of my emotions, and surrounding myself around people who want to also elevate themselves, and having the ability to listen to people when they approach me and not just brushing them off like I got something to do, because you just never know, like, the conversation you can have with somebody and you don't even know them, and you offering words of inspiration, because it's always a moment of where I'm offering some type of inspiration or some type of positive feedback that they can take and apply to their lives. So it just feels good that the work that I'm putting in is actually manifesting. And I suggest to everybody that is watching the live or going to come back and watch it, or even if you come across this video somehow, to really work on knowing who you are, because once you start to work on yourselves, like, and you become aware, your life, it becomes so much better to live in, right? Like, because you just you learn to accept things that you can't control. You learn to take accountability for mistakes that you made. You always hesitate before you react to someone else doing something, or them not operating a low vibration. You don't let other people's opinions bother you. It's a whole lot. So we got two more, y'all. Two more. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Occasionally, you may notice that some individuals exhibit erratic behavior when you are vibrating at a higher frequency. When you operate from a place of love and inner peace, and they are entrenched in fear and guilt, it can stir up discomfort within them. This contrast in energies can sometimes lead to unexpected reactions from them. However, it's essential not to be disheartened by these reactions. Instead, continue to be true to your authentic self and let your light shine unabated. Understand that your elevated vibration can act as a mirror reflecting back to others the areas in their lives where they might need healing or growth. In such moments, it's important to remain grounded in your own energy and not dim your light to accommodate others. Your authenticity and higher vibrations are gifts to the world, and by staying true to yourself, you inspire others to embark on their own journeys of self-discovery and growth. Remember, it is not your responsibility to change or fix anyone else's energy, but simply to be a beacon of love and positivity. Your presence alone can serve as a catalyst for transformation and healing in the lives of those who may initially react negatively. Stay true to your path, for your authenticity has the power to uplift and inspire those around you, even when it triggers discomfort in some.
Ooh, this is a good one. Toxic people dislike you. How many I know them toxic people that be rolling their eyes at you when you walk in the room, or even people you used to hang out with, like you could tell when they're like talking about you because they kind of give you this look, and they're in a group with other people that all they do is talk about people. So you tell yourself like, I'm so glad I left that. You know what I'm saying? And not to say that we're perfect or anything, because I think we all need to understand that like you're always continuously growing. You should always be continually learning and educating yourself. You should always continually be um um working on yourself and your emotions. And I keep saying that over and over again, but it's so true. And so if you, like, say for instance, you might have hung out with some people and you outgrown them, right? um but if they were operating on a high vibration, you probably would outgrow them. And two, it's you shouldn't really be upset if someone decides that, okay, this isn't no longer benefiting me, like I'm not growing in this group, I need to elevate myself. Because you know I want people, some of us want to be great. Some of us want to have that we want to live a great life. And I always say it's not too late. If you can get up every morning and you're breathing and you're in your right mind, that is another day for you to work on yourself and enjoy life, right? If we're out here wondering why, oh well, they don't really talk to me anymore, and and they don't want to hang out with me no more, then you got to work on yourself some more, because it is okay to outgrow people. They even said like the more you elevate, your space is gonna your group is gonna be different, your dynamic is going to be different, because everybody is at a different pace in life, right? Everybody got life going on. Some people still have young kids, some people maybe empty nesters and have a lot more freedom. But we should never personally take things personal if someone decides to leave our group, or decides to work on themselves, or decides to cut off communication with us, especially when we haven't done anything wrong. And more or less, instead, look at it as like, okay, and look at this person and see what they're doing. Like, are they working on bettering themselves? Are they working on, just life? Like, are they, just never ever take things personal. I mean, unless somebody is like physically harming you, or like really doing things that can you know affect your household or your kids, that is a different story. But like they said, don't let people live in your head rent free. Okay, just don't let people live in your head rent free. And I'm big on that, right? I am big on not taking things personal. It is not easy sometimes, because I had a situation at work where, oh my goodness, I had to check myself for real, for real. So it was a situation at work where a change was going to be made. And I was, like I said earlier, when, I was not part of that change, that decision to change. And I felt like it wasn't a necessary change. And I felt like I had the opportunity to express myself and not just been told what to do, then I would have been fine. But um, basically, the change never happened. Things stayed the same. So once things were decided to stay the same, I should have not taken things personal. However, again, I'm not perfect. I am a Sagittarius and I held a grudge. And so when I hold a grudge, it's like, and I try not to think about a grudge, but it was a grudge because I have to work with my team every day. So it's not like somebody that, okay, I can never speak to you again. And then I consider that not a grudge. But I actually held a grudge, and I noticed that the dynamic was starting to change in the workplace. Like I noticed that my leader was like, all of us, I felt like he started tiptoeing around me. Like he just was like, like, should I say something to her? Should I not? And it started to make me feel uncomfortable because he didn't deserve that, right? And I didn't want to be like feeling like this negative energy. It was like so negative, and I was just like, ugh. And so this was going on for about 2 weeks. And then finally we had a team meeting and we were able to discuss things. And I just came in here and said, I'm going to take accountability for for the 2 weeks that it was a lot of tension, because I should have just let it go. Right. I should have just took the grudge off. And when I said that, a burden got lifted, like everything, like just like that went back to normal. Right. And so, but that was something that had I not been working on myself prior up to that day of the meeting, I would have never knew or never would have took accountability for me being the toxic person, right? Because that's what I was being. I was being a toxic person holding grudges. But I definitely learned my lesson. And it's just something now I remember, like, don't take things personal. Like, don't take things personal. If they don't want to talk to you, if they stop talking to you, if you meet somebody on a dating app and they don't want to talk to you anymore, don't take that personal. Okay. Cause it's like a million people out here. If, you know what I'm saying? If she don't want to, if you trying to talk to a girl and, she just used you for whatever to take her out and get something to eat, don't take that personal. You know what I'm saying? Don't take that personal and then put that on every other girl you met. Or just like women, if a man did this to you, and I'm talking about like not doing things that are just really evil. I'm talking about like simple things like don't want to talk to you. Like if somebody does not want to talk to you because of, for whatever reason, they don't like how you look, or it's any type of rejection, try not to take that personal, right? Because when you take that personal, you're just going to continue to attract the same person, the same type of people, the same So just learn to elevate so you don't, keep attracting toxic people. And if they toxic, man, and people know when they toxic. People are smart enough to know when they're sitting there gossiping and talking about people and just doing toxic things. They know they're being toxic, but do they care? No, because they're operating on a low vibration, right? And they're going to be haters because they're operating on a low vibration. Like even people, when you see certain comments or certain, Instagram posts, and somebody comes in and just says like a lot of negative stuff, they're operating on a low vibration. All right, y'all. So we are almost there. Let's continue on.
Indeed, it's important to remember that while toxic people may not resonate with your high vibration, your energy can bring about significant shifts in your surroundings. When you walk into a room, you might notice an immediate change in the atmosphere, a subtle but palpable transformation. In certain situations, you can easily discern the shift in people's energy toward you. It's as though your presence alone prompts a recalibration of the energies present, drawing those who align with your frequency closer and causing discomfort, or uneasy in those who do not. Venturing out into public spaces becomes an exercise in sensing the vibrational frequencies of those around you. You can instinctively pick up on whether someone carries a lower vibration or a frequency that doesn't quite harmonize with your own. Over time, this ability tends to sharpen, and it may be one reason why you find solace in staying indoors at times. Lightworkers often share the gift of being empaths, allowing them to read the energetic currents of the spaces they inhabit. In essence, your presence can act as a catalyst for energetic shifts, nudging the collective energy toward a higher frequency. Embracing this gift with compassion and understanding can help you navigate your interactions and environments with grace, knowing that your light has the power to bring about positive transformations in the world around you. If you resonate with all or any of these, you are likely a light worker or someone in high vibration. If you are, you must know you are doing tremendous energy work by simply existing. My loves, thank you for all that you're doing. It is an honor to serve with you during this time of transformation and rebirth.
Yes. So if you're interested in learning more about or watching this video over again, it is called The 5 Signs You Hold a High Vibration, which was actually research, scripted, edited, and produced by uh, the Abundance Master team on YouTube. So I say watch it. And I guarantee you, after today, you're probably going to start hearing about high vibration, low vibration, or constantly you're going to be like, oh, yeah, Stacey Michelle talked about that. Like, let me check myself. Let me check my emotions. Let me get it back together. Because once you start operating on a high vibration, okay, you're going to be looking like this. You're going to be shining. The light is going to be on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to start noticing different things. Like, for instance, let's see if I can get this together. Hold on, y'all. Bear with me. Okay, here we go. So, again, the first one is children and animals. If you notice this week or coming weeks or whatever, or if you noticed before that children and animals just kind of attract to you and you just like, why these kids keep coming over here? Or like, why is why is these animals like why is this cat like or why, why? Right? Why? Like then you have to just let it click in your mind like boom. Yeah, I'm operating on high vibration. Second, people stare at you. If you notice this week or upcoming weeks that you're walking in and people just like starting to notice, like just look at you. Even people you know, they may be like, you be like, why you looking at me like that? Be like, I don't know, something about you is different. You are on the right path of operating in high vibration. Okay. That's the one that I really like. I like them all. But the one that I like now coming up is going to be conversation with strangers. Okay. If you notice that strangers just want to talk to you and and I say it's okay, talk to them. Like if you don't have nothing to do, like if you're not like, okay, I got to get to this or whatever, just have a conversation with a stranger. All right. And you'll know if it's good energy or not because it'll happen. The conversation happened to the point where it's almost like you can't even get out of it. Like you could be walking and they may be like, hey, what time is it? So it's not like they're like, hey, and you're like, yeah, deuces, deuces. No, they're going to be like, hey, such and such. They're going to ask you a question. They're going to make a statement. They're going to do something to actually stop you in your tracks. Okay. So when that happens, okay, that's number 3, conversation with strangers. Y'all know like y'all are on the right path. Okay. All right. Number 4, toxic people dislike you. This is the easy one because you probably like, I don't, especially if you don't deal with toxic people at all. But of course, they're not going to like you. They're going to look at you crazy. They're going to continue to talk about you, but don't take it personal. Just put some love and light in the air for them. And because you don't want to take things personal, you don't want to bad talk anybody because then you're bringing that negative energy into your space and you don't want to have that. All right. And then last is going to be energy shifts. If you notice this week or next week or weeks to come, you walk into a room and you notice like everybody just lights up, the whole room lights up, like, or wherever you go, people are like, hey, you walking down the hallway and people are like, hey, you are operating on a high vibration and you definitely need to stay on that. Okay. Stay on that. So, y'all, I am so happy that y'all are hanging out with me. Yeah, I only do these lives for about an hour. I am working on it. I appreciate those that have been supporting me thus far. This is episode 4. In Stacey Michelle's corner. As y'all can see, I got the lights working properly. I got the light. Just we working. Gonna invest in some more equipment, probably a camera as well. But I'm definitely enjoying it. Definitely love sharing the knowledge that I'm learning. Yes, if whoever is having an NBA draft party, let me know. I'll come through, but I think I'll come through. I'm not sure. It just depends on if I feel the energy. But if you are having an NBA draft party, or if anything that I've said that's been not right according to the draft lottery, educate me, because I tried to watch the video on YouTube. You know, the NBA draft lottery on YouTube. I just saw them picking balls. I tried to figure it out, but I think this draft is going to be a celebrity party. I believe these fellas are actually like talking to their stylists now. They're like, yeah, what am I wear? Even the Detroit Pistons, even I think everybody is just, really looking forward to this draft, whoever's a player, because this has been a tough year from what I know. A lot of people have been hurt. A lot of just noise, whether people are going to get drafted or not. Shout out to Damian Lillard. I actually reposted his he was being questioned. He was during a what do you call that? A session. What do you call it after the game? Well, whatever. I'm at a loss for words when they interview the players after the game. But man, he go to his page. I really like Damian Lillard. I'm starting to really like Damian Lillard because he is not like the typical uh, uh, stereotypical basketball player. Let me put it like that. I think I said that right. Like this man operates off a high vibration. Very intelligent. And so shout out to all the players. I know, like, trying to be the champion, or like LeBron James not being able to win. I know that can be kind of one of those things where you always want to win, you always want to be the champions, but always look at, every game you play as a lesson learned. Like, what can I have done differently? How can I be a better player? And those of you who like the Detroit Pistons, I'm not really sure what's going on with your head coach, but maybe y'all need to rally together and really figure out, or maybe you're already doing it. I don't know. But just rally together and figure out things like what's really going on. Why are we having such a hard time? Or why did we have such a hard time this season? Because communication is key. I don't care what you're doing. If you are interacting with one person or two people or three people, communication and how you communicate is very, very important. While one person is talking, the other one should be listening, intentionally listening, and vice versa. And then you have to understand, like, when we're communicating, what are we communicating about? And what is the solution? What is the problem? And what is the solution? And how do we get to that? So yes, looking forward to the NBA draft party. Yeah, I'm hoping that will be a lot of fun. But right now, I want to jump right in and give a community highlight to one of my favorite organizations. As many of y'all know me, y'all know I am all about giving back, sharing my time, treasure, and talent. And I love supporting nonprofits like the United Way of Greater Atlanta. And I also am on the board for the Georgia Center of the Deaf, Hard of Hearing. That's who I'm going to highlight today. This organization has been in the community for a very long time. Okay, the Georgia Center of the Deaf, Hard of Hearing is a 501c3 nonprofit that serves deaf, hard of hearing, and deaf blind individuals across the state of Georgia. This organization has been in servicing the community for well over 25 years. And they offer a wide variety of services. like equipment distribution programs like TEDP and ICC. And those are those individuals who actually are part of that community, or have a family member, or you are someone that is a caregiver, you know what that is. So TEDP is actually a free telecommunication equipment um, that are offered to qualified individuals in throughout the state of Georgia, like phones, whether they're amplified, caption, hand-free, tablets, visual arts. And then they also have ICC, which is I Connect, and this is in partnership with the Georgia National Deaf Blind Equipment Distribution Program, and it provides communication technology free of charge to low income people of all ages who have combined vision and hearing loss. So the Georgia Center of the Deaf, of Hard of Hearing, they have some wonderful upcoming summer events. If you are located here in the state of Georgia, they actually have, they had Atlanta Braves Day, ASL, American Sign Language Night, at the Atlanta Braves. And now they're going to have ASL Day, American Sign Language Day, at the Rome Braves. I didn't know there was even a Rome Braves, but it's at the Advent Health Stadium in Rome, Georgia. And if you're in that area or have the ability to travel up there on June 29th, I'm sorry, $30 gets you a ticket to the dugout level. You get a ASL Braves t-shirt, and you get a $10 food voucher. So you can visit the Georgia Center Deaf of Hard of Hearing website to actually find out some more information about that. They also have some summer youth programs that are really good for our kids. So one of the summer youth programs they have is Grow, which is for high school students, and it's for it's through the Georgia School for the Deaf. It's free for students to attend. It's from June 23rd to 28th. And GROW stands for Getting Ready for Opportunities in Work. It is going to be a week-long program intended for high school students, and it helps the kids focus and get them ready for employment after high school. Okay. And they also work closely with the Georgia Vocational Rehabilitation Agency to help prepare those kids, students, giving them opportunities to learn soft skills, self-advocacy, resume building, and more. Because you have to understand, like, just because you have different abilities does not mean you do not want to be self-sufficient, right? Because all of us want to be self-sufficient, and we don't want certain challenges to hinder us from being self-sufficient. So I think that people need to understand that, if an individual, is deaf or hard of hearing, that is not a handicap, and don't treat them like that's a handicap. They are very capable of, they're functioning adults or children. They're just as smart. They're just as eager. They want to enjoy life. They also want to operate on a high vibration as well. So I just want to put that plug out there. They also have a camp for kids that are age 6 to 13. It's called Camp Juliana. That camp has actually already been filled, but that is a week-long residential camp for children's ages 6 to 13, and they will be in LaGrange, Georgia, and they do arts and crafts, outdoor activities, and they bond with other campers throughout the week. And I heard that is a really, really great camp for kids that age, to be around other kids that they can relate to. Because y'all, if y'all have never talked to anyone, and I want to say talk because ASL is a language, and that's how you communicate. It is a beautiful language. It is beautiful to see, and just it's just beautiful. That's all I can say. I can't even say anymore. It's just beautiful. Also, they're going to flyer or their slide for Camp Juliana, but they also, Georgia Center of the Deaf and Hard of Hearing also has ASL classes, and those classes will be starting in September. They have classes for beginners. I know my sister asked me about that. Yes, they do. They have virtual and in person, sis. So there you go. So beginner to advanced, and like I said, both online, in person. And the deadline to register is actually going to be September 5th. So you do have some time. That schedule that you see right now is actually on their website in their newsletter, their summer newsletter. They also offer classes for children younger than 14 years old with 8 one-hour sessions. Okay. And they also can do private ASL classes 101 for a separate fee. Also, for those of us who are decision makers in our offices, they actually have classes for businesses and in the workplace. And they offer prices, and they can negotiate that with you. And you can pick your hours and multiple dates. I believe that is something that would be a great team building, would be an awesome team building activity, and you're also learning for your team. So if you are a decision maker and you have the power to make decisions when it comes to different activities, different team building activities, this would be a great way to get your team involved. Like, again, it can be beginner classes. I've taken the beginner class. It's really fun. It is really fun to learn ASL. And it's just something, it's just another thing to add to your high vibration. Okay. So really think about that. You can find that information on their website. And last but not least, if you are in locally in Georgia, the Georgia Center of the Deaf, the Hard of Hearing will be having an open house. So if you are someone who is either deaf, hard of hearing, deaf, blind, you're a caretaker, your child, you know someone, or you just interested in volunteering with them, they are having an open house Thursday, July 13th from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. And it is just a great organization. You can learn more about their programs. You can network. You can catch up on what's happening. You can learn all of the wonderful things that they're doing. You can also talk about maybe attending or signing up for one of those ASL classes. The event is public. It's open to the public. Everyone is welcome, family and friends, and they will have refreshments in good company. So, yeah, shout out to the Georgia Center of Deaf and Hard of Hearing. They are doing some amazing things. I am going to hold myself accountable as a board member, and I'm actually planning a 5K that's supposed to go on in September. So I will be asking individuals and people to sign up and donate as well. More information about that will be coming out. I'm going to hold myself accountable because that is on my checklist, and I need to do what I need to do as a board member. Okay, so I appreciate y'all hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate y'all just supporting me. Yes, we're on episode 4. I am enjoying this. And every 2 weeks, I will try to go live. I will also just continue to try to bring y'all, bring to light things that I am working on, educating myself and others, because it's always wonderful to just learn, right? And to just be a better person. So remember that, remember y'all, just enjoy life, because again, as you all know, I don't know if you all know, but yeah, I think I think that was in the news, besides the whole Diddy issue. But the funeral services today were held for the senior airman Roger Fortsman. It was held at New Birth Missionary Baptist Church, and it was actually streamed live. I had a chance to watch it. It was really, it's really heartbreaking. This story is really heartbreaking. I mean, because he was only 23 years old. Okay, that's like my son's age, and he was and y'all saw the video, he was standing in the doorway of his own home, right? And this May 3rd, and this deputy just reacted. And if this deputy, I'm telling you, was operating on high vibration, his thought process would have been a lot. He would have had a clear thought. He would have had a clear mind. And the lady who was with him, who actually also pointed in the wrong direction, because when she said, I'm not really sure, or she wasn't sure about that door, if he was operating in a higher vibration, he would have made a much better decision. And Roger FORTSON would have been with us right now. But let's all continue to send love and light to the FORTSON family. The mom, Mika, the father, Roger, the brother, Andre, and the sister, Harmony. Let's send love and light to, because I don't know. I can't even, but I will resonate what Mika, the mom, said, and her words in the message to Sheriff Adden. I think I'm saying that right. She said, "You're going to give me justice whether you want to or not." Okay. So let's just operate in high vibration and just send love and light to that family. I will now share the remembrance video from the funeral. And again, I thank you all for watching. And until next time, good night.
our young prince, our young leader, Roger FORTSON. If you would, all over the world, take a moment and read the obituary silently during this moment of silence.